Good morning, everybody. Come on, Max. I'm out walking the dog. Just got back from a 3-mile easy run, but this morning's video isn't really about running or anything like that, although I didn't really want to this morning. I think from all the hiking and stuff, I was just extra sore. But what I did want to talk about was yesterday, I was kind of in a funky mood. I really just didn't want to do anything and kind of wanted to have just a day to myself. I was really kind of feeling sorry for myself. Taryn wanted to go hiking, and Rylan was kind of like me. He just kind of wanted a day off to chill, and Abby's just down to do whatever her mom is doing. So I started off the day with kind of this attitude like, okay, as soon as we're done, I'm taking the rest of the day off, and I made that known to the rest of my family. I was like, yeah, as soon as I'm done, I think I'm just going to chill for the rest of the day. Well, we were going to this particular place called Bridal Falls, and GPS didn't take us there. They ended up taking us to a place where we could park, and we hiked down to another place that was Cheston Lake, and everybody got out and you could swim. There was a swimming dock, and everybody but me went swimming. I didn't want to go swimming. I had the dog too. I didn't want to go swimming, but I used the dog as an excuse not to even get in the water. And then I started feeling sorry for myself because I couldn't do the thing that I didn't want to do to begin with. If that makes sense? Right? And like all of a sudden Max became the excuse why I couldn't swim, which was what I didn't want to do anyway. So in my head, I'm already like, well, that sucks. I can't ever do anything. I've got the dog. I can't go swimming. I've got to keep track of him. And I grabbed my bag and I grabbed the dog, and we walked up to the shelter house, which was, I don't know, maybe another quarter mile around. I didn't tell anybody, I just walked off. And we walked around and set up there, and I could see the dock from the other side, and I could hear them talking about where I was, and I went down there and I said, well, we walked around. I also had to go to the bathroom, and there was a porta potty up there, but it was locked, so I couldn't get in it. So now I'm sitting up there at the shelter house by myself with the dog, unable to go to the restroom, really feeling sorry for myself, trying to make myself find the gratitude in this beautiful place that I'm sitting, but I was kind of already just fixed on being an asshole. And I called Taryn finally and was like, where are you guys? Because I figured by that point they would be walking back, but they weren't. They were still swimming. And I kind of, in a jerky way said, well, I'm not having fun, right? I'm waiting on you guys. I can't do anything. I explained all the same stuff I just told you guys. And she got Abby out of the water, and they all came up there. And I just, in those moments, like, for my recovery, I have to be reminded of who I am. And it's not their fault that I didn't want to do that. I mean, I wasn't a total jerk. I was way better than I've ever been, like, before in my life. And being able to recognize that it's not something that I wanted to do, and trying not to make the time miserable for everybody else. I'm not 100% there, but I did a lot better than I've done in the past. But Taryn had said something to Abby because she was, wanting to know why. And she was explaining how that was an important skill, to be able to recognize that, it's not something that you'd want to do. And if you continue to try to make yourself do it, you would make that time miserable for everybody else. So I guess just, I'm grateful that recovery and 12-step have given me the ability to recognize when I'm not, sorry, Max is being an a-hole. given me the ability to recognize, like when those times are, so I don't just like suffer through them and make it miserable for everybody else. And you know what? Rylan and I stayed home and we had a great day. Abby and Taryn went off and they had a girls' day, and they got, I don't know, girl stuff like facial shit and all kinds of other stuff. Pardon my language. And Rylan and I just stayed home and we munched and we watched TV, and I had a glorious nap. One of those naps where you sleep so hard you wake up and think you're late for school, and then you remember that you're on vacation and that you're also 49 years old. So anyway, I don't know. Today, as I walk in this glorious morning, surrounded by God's beautiful creation, I'm just reminded to be grateful. And with that, I'll take another 24. Thanks. Have a good day.